Bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum 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 ba da dum da da dum da 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 da. Okay, what's going on, guys? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Star Wars Transformers Zero One TIE Advanced X1 Darth Vader, brought to you by Disney. Alright, this figure just showed up from Hobbylink Japan, and we're going to take a look at the figure and the box. I know normally I don't do boxes, but I think in this case you should see what comes in it. The box itself is really big for the figure. I mean, this is not a tiny little box. So, let's open her up and take a look. Trust me, knife here. Get that open. Alright, first off, directions. This figure is made by Takara, licensed by Disney for Star Wars. Alright, so in the box we have the TIE Advanced, Darth Vader, a lightsaber, red, and there are supposed to be stormtroopers in here. I'm assuming they are down here in this little box. Let us see. Why, yes, we have stormtroopers. Little cute stormtroopers. Hello, stormtroopers. You look like chiclet. Actually, you remind me of bubblegum. I will try not to eat you. The little mini Vader that the set comes with is really cool, but he is so bloody tiny. It's incredibly well detailed, good mold, good paint, has domo arigato Poseability. It's for sitting in the actual TIE Advanced. But it's so small. It's so small my camera doesn't want to focus on him correctly. How small is he? Well, here is a Prime armor standing just behind him. And then here is the Prime Master standing next to him. He is smaller than a Prime Master, but somehow better detailed. And believe it or not, he fits in the TIE Advanced. Simply open up the front of the TIE Advanced like so, and then just kind of get him in there. I'll be honest, there's no easy way to do this, other than just kind of angle him in there until he's stuck, and then close the front. And you can still see him in there, but there's no real easy way to get him to sit in there. A Prime Master or Titan Master will fit inside. However, you really either need to use somebody that's got a perfectly sculpted face to get it sitting in there in robot mode, or you just put it in head or Prime Master mode and it'll fit in there pretty easily. The TIE Advanced itself is very, very well detailed. I can't give Takara more credit than I think you know where I'm going with this. They've done a really, really good job of getting the TIE Advanced to look the way they have, or the way it does. You can store the lightsaber on either side of the TIE Advanced by just pegging it in onto the side, but I think that's stupid, so I leave it off. I don't really need I personally don't need the lightsaber there. And I seem to be losing my voice again. Sorry. Only two minor complaints. One, the foils have a tendency to just collapse under your own strength. And two, there's a lot of robot junk under there. Oh well. It's also a little bit on the small side. Considering what this thing costs, it feels real tiny. How tiny, you might ask? Well, here is a Dinobot. Okay, comparing it to a dinosaur isn't exactly a good comparison. So we're going to go with Starscream from Powers of the Prime. It's the latest and the easiest jet figure that I have and I can get a hold of. So, wingspan is roughly the same as Powers of the Prime Starscream. And I'm doing a terrible comparison of size here, but you kind of get the idea. It's roughly the size of a Voyager-class Transformer in its alt mode. So, there is that. For the price, I kind of expected it to be bigger, though. The TIE Advanced transformation is neat. So we're going to start off with coming to the very back of the top of the vehicle mode, grabbing it and pulling it up and over the front of the vehicle mode. And it will snap into place, and that will cover up the front of the bulb there. And then you can fold down Vader's head like so. So, hi. You could totally have a flying Vader skull head. Come to the back of the figure and take the foils and pull them forward. And then we can grab the entire rear section of the vehicle mode and unpeg it from the body, fold it in towards itself, reach underneath and pull the legs and the entire rear of the vehicle section forward until it snaps into place, and then close up the section here that's the thruster and fold it up as the bottom of the back. And then we could flip out the feet like so and point them forward, then come to the front of the foils and unpeg them from the body, fold them up into the shoulders, and then unfold the arms and fold them down into place, turn them around, and then flip out the fists. Last but not least, fold the rear of the forearms up. That's actually the hardest part of the transformation, is getting them folded up. And one last thing, the directions show that you're supposed to fold the foils in like this, and they will peg into each other. So you get them kind of just pointing out to the sides like that, and then turning them so that they are pointed towards the back. And then we give him a lightsaber. In full Darth Vader mode, the figure looks pretty good, if not a little bit too busy. It's nice and bulky and works well for Darth Vader, though the silver, or I should say the off-gray, going to straight black at the top of the head is just strange. And speaking of the head sculpt, it's quite good. It is very much Darth Vader, and I think it actually looks more evil than the Darth Vader we are used to. It definitely feels like they've sculpted in some more angry angles to the figure. The seam going along the side of the head is really unsightly, though. It's just super strange, and when it catches the light, it's bad, and especially with the flashing down at the bottom of the helmet. I really don't like that at all. Unlike the original Darth Vader TIE Advanced Bomber that we got in the Crossovers line, which I can't find that figure. I own that figure. That's the only one from the Crossover line that I still own. I can't find it. It doesn't have the ability to remove the shoulders, which stinks. I wish it did. Oh well, not that big a deal. The molding on the figure is good, and the texture on the foils is fantastic. I love the way they feel. And there are little nods here and there to just really nice molding on the legs and on the sides, and it definitely feels like a mechanical figure. It feels like this belongs in Star Wars. I just don't like the head on this body. I like the figure. It's just strange. I don't know what it is that's throwing me off, and maybe you guys can explain to me, because I cannot articulate what it is that's just throwing me completely. Maybe it's just, again, the weird dichotomy between all different colors, light, and dark, and then all black. Ironically, I feel like the lightsaber is just too short. I expected it to be longer for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe in the movies, or actual Darth Vader's character in the comics and the movies, the lightsaber's longer? I don't know. That's just me being weird, I think. One major issue that I keep running into with this guy is things do not want to stay pegged in. The head does not want to stay pegged in back here. This whole chest section doesn't like staying pegged in completely. And the shoulders, just a little bit of force causes them to slide out of place. I don't know what it is, but they just don't like staying pegged in together. It's really annoying. In terms of size, Vader is roughly the same size in robot mode as a current Voyager-class figure, though it does scale a little bit below that, and obviously way smaller than MP-10 Prime. In terms of posability, Vader can look down that much, can look up that much, side-to-side ball joint movement, foil can move in and out and around along with the shoulder, arms can move out that much and in that much, swivel just above the double elbow swivel, elbow swivel, double elbow joint, No fist articulation, no torso articulation thanks to the transformation. Vader can kick you that high, he can kick back that high, and the figure can do the splits. More than just the splits. Wow, the Force is strong with this one. You can pull off some decent action poses, but the panels on the shoulders just get in the way and are really annoying. Again, I would have loved to have seen them be able to be removed and put on the back or something like that. While by no means a bad figure, I do feel like Vader misses the mark slightly. There's something just off about it that doesn't feel like Darth Vader, and I think that has to do with the fact that the figure just isn't black enough. There isn't enough black painted on this guy. And that's what Darth Vader was all about, that shiny plasticine black. That was legitimately scary back in the day, and even to today. As somebody who's been reading the Darth Vader comic books, that character is a lot more horrifying than this toy makes him feel. So gang, what do you think? Is it a 10 out of 10, or does it miss the mark for you as well? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Hit that like button, and give me a subscription while you're at it. It really helps me grow the channel and be able to get more of these cool figures. As always, I am Baltmatrix, and may the Force be with you.